Today, I want to talk about a new feature that we've implemented into School Lunch 2015, which has to do with free and reduced application tracking. Um, there are two parts to this, so we're going to break it down into two videos. The first part that we'll deal with in this video has to do with getting the information entered properly. And that is going to happen in the account manager. We've added a new button to this window, which is where we enter the information for an application. We're going to deal with the birth-wrong family here because I know there's nothing in their record. And when we double-click on one of the students in that family, the application button remains the same. And that signifies that there is no new information recorded on that student. We can click here. We need to fill in the information in the top half. We can choose a date that the application took place originally. And this went from a no application to a free status. They're already on the free status, but they haven't been linked to an application. We're going to use the income method here. We're going to give them an application number, and the year is generally filled in there. We have to add that information. If you want to type any kind of note in, you can. We add that information, and once added, we have the ability to update all the siblings at once, and that's what we're going to do right now. So we can press this Update Sibling button, and all of them were updated with the same information. So I'm going to click out of here and show you. Now if we go to the Show All the Students with a particular status option here, we can click on Free, and we just changed the birth wrongs and added information for them. Let's say that later in the year their status changes due to a new job. So we can come in, we can't, well, we can change all the family at once still, but we're going to backdate this to January. We're going to use the income method again, choose their status as reduced. We can give them a new number or just update that number. We have to add that information. So now we have a record of two entries, once for October and once for January. And we're going to leave again and update the siblings. Now, when we show the reduced students, they appear on the reduced student list as having correct information, and they're not on the free list anymore. Once information has been added for a student, their name will change to black the next time that you pull up the list. It doesn't go back and retroactively change the color, but when you pull it up the next time, it'll change it. So that's just kind of shows you how that works. We're going to add one more family here. We've got these folks. We're going to add information to them. They're in the free category. We'll leave them as free. We're going to backdate their information again and choose a different method. And we're going to add that to the information and update the siblings in the family. Now when we choose and show the freeze again, they show that they have updated information. When working with the application information, you have the ability to make changes as needed. We're going to go in here. Now if we find that we need to either correct a status or a category, a method, we can do so and resave that. If we need to delete it, we simply double click on the entry, pull up the information and hit delete, and there will no longer be information for that student. However, if a student goes from a free and reduced status and they move from the school, you can unenroll them but still keep all their information in the program without having their figures count in the free and reduced counts by giving them an X-enrolled status. Just got to fill it in correctly. Give it a date. Now that student is going to have, we're still going to have their records in the program, but they will no longer count in the free and reduced figures for the monthly summaries or on a report. So you can't enter an unenrolled student through the lunch line either. As you can see, they no longer appear on the free list. In our next video, we'll talk more about how to look at the data and use the data for information to give to an auditor or for your own